The following is a presentation of the Missouri Sports Network.
Hello again, everybody, and welcome to Where Are They Now Wednesday here on the Missouri Sports Network. This is Season 2, Episode 11, Episode 63 overall, and a reminder that you're watching the original Where Are They Now Wednesday. Don't be fooled by the Johnny-come-latelys who have come and gone already. Playing on Sports and the Missouri Sports Network are your sources for not only what Missouri high school talent does when they're in high school, but what they do when they get to the national stage of the NCAA. No one has more information for you than we do, and we appreciate your attention and loyalty. And hey, do me a favor, or do us a favor. Hey, go to our Facebook page and give us a like. Go to our YouTube page and subscribe. And hey, you can leave notes. You can email us. You can do anything you want. You can contact us. Maybe we've overlooked something, or maybe you'd like to see another piece of information or something else from the Missouri Sports Network. MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. Are you ready? Hey, this guy who come alongside Kent Mueller from Playing on Sports, and hey, he's done his homework for all of us. Can't take it away.
Well, as we've noted, there are thousands of Missouri high school athletes who have spread all over the country to play their sport at one of the over 1,000 NCAA Division I, II, or III schools. Some help their team win a national championship, and some get their team, so very close. Back on February 19th, we looked at Missourians who went to compete in the NCAA and wound up in the Final Four of their sport come championship time. Is that a rare occurrence to be on an NCAA team that finishes in the top 4 of their division nationally? Yeah, it is. If everybody could do it, everybody would. After all, that would be a really fun time, and you'd have to think there'd be some really awesome swag handed out. Not to mention the satisfaction and the memories that they will have forever. But is that so rare that it rarely happens? Not if you are an athlete from Missouri. When we reviewed the Missourians on teams that finished in the Final Four for the fall sports season, we reviewed 28 athletes. Yes, 28 Missourians celebrated an NCAA Final Four season in their fall sport. Is that a lot? Yeah, but guess what? We are now continuing to review all of the Missourians who helped their NCAA team to a Final Four finish in their winter sport, all 57 of them. That's right, more than twice as many as in the fall. There are 27 men and 30 women. We covered half of them last week. You will know who the rest of them are and more after these messages from our sponsor.
Hi, I'll have the avocado toast minus the avocado.
So, toast.
Yeah. Everything is so expensive these days.
Hey, Chevy gets it. That's why they're keeping prices down to earth, like on the most affordable EV in America. A super strong and capable Chevy truck. And a high-tech Chevy SUV. Why is Chevy making affordable vehicles connected by OnStar? It's so together, we can do more.
We believe banking should make your life greater. It starts with affordable options to meet today's needs and tomorrow's dreams. From smart account options that fit your style to flexible loans for what comes next. It means convenient ways to access and manage your money whenever you need it and wherever you're headed. Most of all, it takes great support. Someone you can count on for trusted guidance and to be there for you every step of the way. Great options, great convenience, great support. For life. Great Southern Bank. Understanding what really matters.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Hey, welcome back to Where Are They Now Wednesdays here on the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. Guy Newcomb alongside Kent Mueller. And, we've got to our fourth episode of the newest production, the Missouri Podcast, or Missouri Milestones, the podcast. It's going to air tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. As we get to look at those things and the numbers just continually keep coming in up over 26, 24, 25, 2,600 now. Can't talk a little bit about that and where we are.
Well, as you mentioned, yes, we're now over 2,600 Missourians who have scored 1,000 points in their high school basketball career. That's boys and girls. There's a few more boys than girls, and that's to be expected. Boys have been playing the sport a lot longer. It's very difficult for a girl to have scored 1,000 points back in 1946, which is the oldest we have now for our boys who have scored 1,000 points. And also, there's a difference between, I think it was 1986 when the three-point shot was added. There's a difference between the 1,000-point scores pre-86 as post-86. And of course, there's 4 years of athletes who straddled that had 1, 2, 3 years of three-point shot to enhance their scoring, or if they weren't very good at it, to detract from their scoring. So, but at any rate, there are lots of players out there that we have on our list. We have more to find, and I ask anybody and everybody to help us out. Take a look at the list, and when you look at them, look at your school. Look at other people you might know. If we made a mistake, let us know. We think we have the years right. We think we have the numbers right. We're pretty sure we have the high schools right. So, but let us know what you think and help us find even more.
Outstanding. Tomorrow, coming up on Missouri Milestones, the podcast, we'll visit with Licking graduate, I believe 1983 or 85 Licking graduate, Rod Gorman, who has spent a lot of time in coaching as well as in the Missouri Basketball Coaching Association Hall of Fame. And we'll catch up with him and find out a little bit about what it was like growing up in Licking and scoring 1,000 points. And Kent, we've got indoor track. Take us through the indoor track.
Yes, we have lots of indoor track. There were 29 Missouri athletes on college rosters of a team that finished in the top 4 in the NCAA track and field championships. We have been busy bringing to you the performances as they have happened and while they're happening during the spring sports. But we want to recognize these Missourians now for what they and their teammates did at the end of the indoor season. We'll start out with Johnny Brackens Jr. He's a senior. He competes in the jumps and hurdles. He's out of Lee Summit High. He competes at Division I at the University of Southern California, which is out of the Big Ten Conference. And USC did win the Division I men's indoor championships this year. This was Johnny's 3rd season at USC after transferring from Baylor University. He ranks 5th on USC's all-time outdoor long jump list and 6th on its 110-meter hurdles list. He is also the school indoor long jump record holder and is the USC record holder for the 60-meter hurdles. Leading up to the NCAA Indoor Nationals, Brackens was named the Big Ten Track Athlete of the Big Ten Championships. At the NCAA Division I Nationals, Brackens scored in the long jump. He also went on to place 4th in the men's 60-meter hurdles to help propel the Trojans to the Division I team title. Pittsburgh State University won the Division II team indoor track and field title in both the men's and women's divisions. On the women's roster were 8 Missourians. Marissa Dick is a redshirt senior. She's a distance runner at a Raymore Peculiar High. She is at Pittsburgh State University, which is in the Mid-America Intercollegiate Athletic Association. In her 4th season running for the Gorillas this year, Marissa placed 2nd in the 5,000 and 6th in the 3,000 runs at the MIAA Indoor Championships. Micah Edwards is a sophomore sprinter out of Elias. In her 2nd year, Micah competed in the 4x400 relay, the 400-meter run, and the 60-meter run, finishing as high as 1st in her relay event at the Washburn Rustbuster meet. McKenna Faust is a sophomore pole vaulter out of Pleasant Hill High. McKenna is in her 2nd year vaulting for the Gorillas. She cleared her collegiate high of 12 feet, 6 1/4 inches. She did that in the Frank Savine Husker International Invitational. She also competed in the Rumble in the Jungle Invitational, the Pittsburgh State Invitational, and the 10th annual Russ Jewett Indoor Gorilla Classic. Aisley James is a freshman distance runner out of Logan Rogersville. Just out of high school, Aisley has a collegiate best of 2:23.75 in the 800 and 5:2.70 in the 1500, which both taking place at the Southwest Baptist Invitational. Maddie O'Neill is a redshirt junior sprinter out of North Platte High. Maddie is now in Pittsburgh, Kansas, after starting her collegiate career at the University of Alabama. Maddie has competed this year in the 60-meter, the 300, the 400, and the 4x400 relay. Her best finish came in the Washburn Rustbuster, where her leg helped the 4x400 relay team win first. Maddie finished fifth in the 400 meters in that same competition. Kendall Ramsey is a freshman distance runner out of Macaulay Catholic High School. After getting her feet wet running cross country in the fall by competing in the 5K at the SBU Bearcat Cross Country Invite and the Southern Stampede, she competed in the mile, the 800, and the 1500 in the indoor season. Her best finish was 10th in the 800 at the Southwest Baptist Invitational. Erica Shamel is a graduate student. She competes in the jumps. She's out of Northwest High in Cedar Hill. Erica has been a very competitive high jumper since she arrived at Pittsburgh State. In her first two meets of the indoor season, the Crimson and Gold Invitational and the Rumble in the Jungle Invitational, Erica took first place. After placing sixth at the Frank Savine Husker Invitational, she also won the 10th annual Russ Jewett Indoor Gorilla Classic. She finished this season and her collegiate indoor career by placing second in both the MIAA Indoor Championships and the NCAA Division II Indoor Track and Field Championships. Those were 8 of Pittsburgh State's 63 team points. Casey Singer is a junior distance runner out of Aurora High. Since arriving at Pittsburgh State, Casey has competed in the 5K and 6K during the cross-country season and in the mile, 3,000, 5,000, and the 10,000K runs. Pittsburgh State not only won first in the Women's Division II Indoor Track and Field Championship, the men did also. And there were twice as many Missourian men as women there were to push the Gorillas across the finish line. There were 16 men from Missouri competing. Aiden Beechner is a freshman. He competes in the throws out of Carl Junction High. As a javelin thrower, Aiden did not compete during the indoor season. A sneak peek into the outdoor results, Aiden took fourth in the John McDonnell Invitational with a season best throw of 168.4. Brennan Board is a sophomore who competes in the throws out of Staley High. Brennan competes in the discus, hammer, and weight throws. His primary event during the indoor season was the weight throw. He took fourth at the Crimson and Gold Invitational and the Rumble in the Jungle Invitational. He then took second in the Pittsburgh State Invitational, the Bearcat Invite, and the 10th annual Russ Jewett Indoor Gorilla Classic and the MIAA Indoor Championships. His collegiate best throws are 48 feet, 7.5 inches in the shot, 180 feet, 5 inches in the discus throw, 194 feet, 6 inches in the hammer, and 63 feet, 2.25 inches in the weight throw. Caleb Calvin is a senior. He competes in the throws also. He's out of Carthage High. Caleb's event is the javelin, which means he doesn't participate in the indoor competition. But boy, does he ever do so in the outdoor season. Spoiler alert, Caleb's throw of 250 feet, 11 inches won the MIAA Outdoor Championships. And he won the NCAA Division II Outdoor Track and Field Championships with a throw of 249 feet, 2 inches. That makes him the best of the best. Andrew Early is a redshirt sophomore distance runner out of Platte County High. Andrew has competed in the cross country in both the 8K and the 4-mile runs. While on the track, he competes in the mile, 3,000, 5,000, and 10,000 runs. His best finish was 16th when he timed in at 8:46.16 in the 3,000-meter run at the Pittsburgh State Invitational. Theo Gibson is a freshman. He competes with multiple events out of Liberty High. And as a freshman, Theo has yet to compete in a meet. Nathan Henricks is a redshirt sophomore. He's a distance runner out of New Bloomfield High. As a distance runner, Nathan also competes on the cross-country team, running the 8K and 10K. During the indoor season, Nathan competed in the 5,000 in both the 10th annual Russ Jewett Indoor Gorilla Classic and the Wash U Distance Carnival. Cade Meinke is a freshman distance runner out of Platte County High. As a freshman, Cade is looking for his first collegiate competition. Nate Miller is a freshman. He competes in the throws out of Webb City High. Another freshman, Nate, too, is looking for his first collegiate competition. Derek Palmer is a senior. He competes in the jumps out of Lee's Summit High. Derek high jumped 6 feet 3.5 inches, good for 8th in the Pittsburgh State Invitational. He also placed 8th in the 10th annual Russ Jewett Indoor Gorilla Classic by clearing 6 feet and 3/4 inches. Travis Sickles is a redshirt junior distance runner out of Southwest High in Washburn. Travis transferred to Pittsburgh State after starting his collegiate career at Southeast Missouri State. Being a distance runner, Travis also competed in cross country, including the MIAA Cross Country Championships, where he finished 46th in the 8K. On the indoor circuit, he competed in the 3,000, 4,000, and the mile run. Travis finished 9th in the 5,000 at the MIAA Indoor Championships. Grayson Smith is a sophomore. He's a pole vaulter out of Webb City High. The sophomore did not compete for the Gorillas this year, but he has a collegiate high pole vault of 17 feet 6.25 inches. This was his vault a year ago at the NCAA Division II Indoor Track and Field Championships when he placed 3rd. Caden Uthi is a sophomore mid-distance runner out of Cassville. He started out at Crowder College before arriving at Pittsburgh State. Caden competed in the 4-mile and the 8K during cross-country season. Once on the track, he competed on the 800-meter, 1,500-meter, and the mile run, and the distance medley relay. He got started in his indoor season with a 4th place finish in the 800 at the Rumble in the Jungle Invitational. He placed 6th in the mile run at the Pittsburgh State Invitational, while his leg in the distance medley relay helped the Gorillas to finish 7th. Times improved, as did the finishes, when he placed 1st in the 800 and the distance medley relay, placed 5th in the 10th annual Russ Jewett Indoor Gorilla Classic. Caden's distance medley team took 15 seconds off their time to place 1st at the MIAA Indoor Championships. He also placed 4th in the 800-meter. Caden placed 11th in the 800-meter at the NCAA Division II Indoor Track and Field Championships. Avery Voicey is a junior. He competes in the throws out of Stratford High. Avery's longest collegiate javelin throw is 210 5 inches, which occurred at the Southwest Baptist Invitational. Nate Watson is a sophomore sprinter out of Rittenauer. Nate showed star potential as soon as he arrived at Pittsburgh State. He has achieved that in just his sophomore year. Just months after arriving, he ran a leg for the Gorillas as they won the MIAA Indoor 4x100 relay. Fast forward to this year. In his first indoor meet as a sophomore, the Crimson and Gold Invitational, Nate took 1st in the 300 and ran a leg on the winning 4x400 relay team. Then 2 firsts at the Washburn Rust Buster, the 400-meter run, and once again with the 4x400 relay. He took 1st in the 400 at the Rumble in the Jungle Invitational. His 4x4 team again won 1st at the Frank Savine Husker Invitational. He then came home to Pittsburgh to place 1st in 3 events at the 10th annual Russ Jewett Indoor Gorilla Classic. He took 1st in the 400, the 4x400 relay, and the distance medley relay. 2 more firsts at the MIAA Indoor Championships in the 400-meter and the 4x400 relay. Moving on to the Division II Indoor Track and Field Championships, Nate's 4x400 relay team took 1st nationally. Spoiler alert for the outdoor season. Last month, Nate took gold at the Division II outdoor track and field championships in both the 400 meter and the 4x400 relay. What about next year? Pittsburgh State has 3 of those relay runners coming back, with Nate anchoring for 2 more years. Yes, I can say that Nate is running away with the honors, and he is just a sophomore. Gerard Weddington is a freshman sprinter out of Grandview High. Gerard is also looking for his first collegiate competition. Braden Zahner is a redshirt senior distance runner out of Raymore Peculiar. Unfortunately, due to a tech error outside of my control, I am unable to give you a thumbnail of Braden's accomplishments this year. If you can help me out, please let me know at playingonsports@gmail.com. And that wraps up Division II track and field. This year, both the men's and women's divisions were dominated by Pittsburgh State, as the Gorillas won the Division II title in both. And the very heavy influence of Missourians on both of those teams is very evident, all 24 of those athletes. Another NCAA track and field team propelled by Missouri high school talent is the Washington University in St. Louis Division III women's team. The Bears finished second as a team at the Division III Women's Indoor Track and Field Championships. Katrin Couture is a senior. She competes in the throws out of Jefferson High in Festus. She's at WashU, which is in the University Athletic Association. I consider Katrin to be a role model for all of those younger athletes who are starting to make their way through middle and high school. I believe Katrin has been doing it right. Track? Well, yes. That is why she is a part of this podcast. But let's go back a few years in time. She was a multi-sport athlete in high school, as she lettered all 4 years at Jefferson High in softball, basketball, and track and field. Her career batting average in high school softball, .633. Think that through. She was put out less than 37% of the time. Over a 4-year career individually as a softball player, she earned first team All-State, All-Sectional, All-District, and All-Conference. And she led her track team to a second-place finish at the Class II state championships. She was a multi-season academic honoree, as she was academic All-State in softball, basketball, and track and field, ending her high school years by graduating summa cum laude. And she went on from there to study mechanical engineering at an academically elite university. In addition to studying engineering, Katrin's college years have been filled with putting the shot. She has consistently put it further than most. Her personal season best is 39 feet 3 inches. That earned her 6th place at the very competitive University Athletic Conference Indoor Track and Field Championships. It's great to discuss Missourians who are multisport, highly academic, and are top performers in the NCAA. Also on the Bears team, Isabel Erdman. She's a sophomore distance runner out of Clayton High. Being a distance runner, Isabel competes all year long in both cross country and track and field. Her events in cross country are the 5K, 6K, and 3-mile runs. In track, she goes the distance at 800, 1500, the mile, and the 3000. She got this calendar year off with a 9th place finish in the mile run at the John Kraft Invitational. She placed 16th in both the mile and the 800 at the Midwest Elite Invitational. She shows versatility by being able to shorten up the distance by placing 7th in the 800 and running a leg on the 6th place 4x400 relay team at the Illinois College Hilltop Invite. Callie Mack is a junior who competes in the throws out of Lebanon High. Callie competes indoors in the weight throw and outdoors in the discus and hammer throws. In January, she placed 9th in the weight throw at the John Kraft Invite. She followed that up with a 5th place finish at the 2025 FNS. Her throw of 42 feet, 2 3/4 inches at the Midwest Elite Invitational is her career best to this point. Virginia Schulte is a junior mid-distance runner out of Ladue Horton Watkins High. Virginia competes in the 600, 800, 1,000, 1,500, and mile run. She took 13th in the 800 meter at the SIU Saluki Fast Start, just as she did at the Bob Thiel Invitational. She shortened her distance to run a leg on the 15th place Bear 4x400 relay team at the Keck Select meet. Elizabeth Wagner is a junior mid-distance runner out of John Burroughs. Since entering college, Elizabeth has competed in the 400, 600, 800, and 400-meter hurdles. She got a fast start this indoor season at the SIU Saluki Fast Start meet by placing 6th in both the 600 and the 4x400 relay. She then followed that up with a personal best 1:38.61 first place finish at the John Kraft Invite in the 800 meter. She finished her indoor season with 4th place finishes on the 4x400 relay in both the Midwest Elite Invitational and the Illinois College Hilltop Invite. And that wraps up Missourians who helped their NCAA team to finish in the top 4 at the NCAA Indoor National Championships. Guy, tell our listeners why they should be paying attention to our Missouri milestones.
Well, for one thing, you're going to get to see those lists. We'll give you information on where you can see those lists every Thursday. We also track down a lot of athletes that played maybe back into the 60s and through the 70s, 80s, and coming up tomorrow, we've got Rod Gorman, who played in the mid-80s there at Licking High School. We talked with Jimmy Gummersbach, who played in the early 60s at CBC High School. We'll be visiting with Fred Johnson as well, who's the all-time leading scorer. We've talked with Hannah Wilkerson, who at one point was the all-time leading scorer for men and women in the state of Missouri. Got to visit with her a couple of weeks ago. So you're going to hear from these people, and that they may be from your hometown. It may be a situation where you remember seeing this player play or these players play against one another. So I invite you to tune in every Thursday for Missouri Milestones, the podcast, and we'll have interviews with people from around the state of Missouri. And, you know, there's still more information out there, and you can help us. You can help us track some of these folks down, track these numbers down, these records down. How can they help, Kent?
Well, they can help by following us on X. And folks, you can follow me on X at @plain_sports. And you can follow Guy at Scoreboard Guy. And when you do that, you're going to get regular updates of our lists. And when I say lists, it's not just 1,000-point scores in boys basketball and girls basketball, but rushing, receiving, and passing in football. And we have 5 different stats in volleyball that we are starting to build now. So you can follow us there, and you will also then get the notifications for all of our podcasts. So, and I remind folks to tune in on Thursday at 8 o'clock for Missouri Milestones, the podcast, especially our weekly Missouri Milestones interview. This week, we have Rod Gorman, a 1983 graduate of Licking High.
All right. Hey, tune in tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock. Hey, it's 3:30 right here in Missouri. If you've got to be somewhere at 4 o'clock, you better get going. But as always, the Missouri State Highway Patrol reminds us to take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life. Be safe, be smart, and be here tomorrow morning for Missouri Milestones, the